to the Nexus. Today we're going to do issue 42 of our Dalek build. Let's get going.
Exterminate!
Okay, so we've got the right side panel to go on, and we've got the magazine. Once again, it's in one of these big plasticky bags. There is the part. So we know what we're doing in this issue. We're going to have a first look at the magazine. There it is right there. And then we'll have a little discussion after. Let's get going. Okay, so here we are, issue 42. Let's have a little look. The Ordeal. Season 1, episode 10. Sort of flittering backwards and forwards. Obviously no poster there. Once again, like I always say, we're going to go through the whole episode and we get some behind the scenes stuff as well. Terry Newton, this is 2, so he was one of the main designers, early days of the designers there on the production team. So it goes through what he done. And then we're just going to go through what we built. Now, I'm going to bring this up as well. We were saying this, weren't we? We have been saying it. We're trying to get a really nice in-close photo or picture of the inside of where our Dalek sits. And we were talking about that sort of mesh effect, or the gunge effect, and you can actually see it quite clearly inside. So a lot of the detail we've put on the back here and on the sides is going to be missed, because we're going to have this sort of effect on both sides to represent sort of the gunge and webbing that it has on the back. So as normal, we're going to just crack on with that. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to undo that. We don't need anything else. So once again, we're just going to pull this out like so. And underneath that, as you can see, we have our little nuts and screws. Okay, so once again, we've got an R on this one. So we're going to bring over our piece here. And then this part here, can you make that out? Yep. It's going to sit underneath. So it's going to sit just like that. And it is now getting to be, now remember, it's going to be a lot bigger than this, because this is the inner structure of the skirt. So the skirt goes around the outside of this. It's going to make it bigger, obviously. So I'm going to turn this. I can just about get it on my desk here. So we've got to do it from underneath. Yeah. Remember, that sort of slips under like that. There we go. So we're just gonna hang on. There we go. So we need to just line all this up. There we go. So we're going to start the back section here first. We're just going to hand screw them in, just like we've done before. About getting it all right, isn't it? There we go. There's the first one. So we're just going to go along now and put the rest on now. Okay, there we go. So I've gone ahead, and I think the majority of these are now just tight. Yeah. Like so. Yes, there we go. So we now, I don't know how well it's coming out on camera. Hang on, let me see if I can turn up a little bit. Can you get the whole thing in? Hang on a second. Ooh, there we go. So there we go. I can put the tool away now, and we do get obviously one spare. It was good to keep the spares. So I'm just going to go back in there, and yeah. So this is sort of the inner structure. So the actual skirt that goes around this is going to be much bigger. So it's going to be, I think it's going to come out to about there. Can you see that? About there. As the skirt parts will clip around, and then we'll have to screw that around. But yeah, impressive size. There's my hand in the middle, so you can sort of see. But yeah, all in all, happy with that. Okay, and there we are. So that is how big it's going to be. Now we have got to work on this going forward, so I'm going to try my best. As you can see, it just about fits on the workbench here, but obviously as this thing goes up, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to film it. I've got a couple of ideas, but there's and this is to my fellow YouTubers, you're going to have to come up with some innovative way, because there's no way it's going to, once we start building up on this, it's going to become increasingly difficult to build on any desk, I think. So I think I'm gonna have to start building it on the dining table, I think, because of just how big this thing is setting out. But it looks really good. There's still some more bits. As you can see, it's still not sort of solid. It still bounces sort of in the middle here, and that. But yeah. So what we're going to do is do a little bit of some shout outs like we always do. Alfred, question governor, favourite Doctor Who companion. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, there's been so many good ones. I liked Donna Noble. Though I also liked Rose as well, Rose Tyler. Amy was quite good as well. But as the series went on, a lot of the companions I don't think were as good. I just don't know if it was just because the companions sort of changed with every series. No one really stayed long enough to really get to know, if you know what I mean. Older series, Sarah Jane as well. But for the newer ones, yeah, their favourite was Donna Noble. I hope that answers your question. Thank you for your question there. Dave McBuild, nice work, Kev. That is going to be one. It's getting bigger with every issue. It is indeed. Now we've got the final inner structure. There's a lot to go on this, but there's still mega amounts to sort of work on it. Like I said, we're still working on the base, issue 53, 50, 52, 53. So we're going to be working on this for the next 20 or maybe even longer issues than that, because we're going to be putting all the working innards into this before we put the skirt on it. Though we do build the skirt, we don't actually put it on it for a while. And then obviously we've got all the electrics to go in it. Then we've got the sides to go on. So for the bottom half of the Dalek, we're going to be working in it for quite a while. But it is getting bigger. Thank you for your thing. David, nice one, Kev. This is really great build, and so far relatively straightforward with no difficult parts so far. You are correct, it's going to be very big and heavy. This is a very good build for all ages, groups and skills. At the moment, yeah, we have had some, I would say we've had some challenging issues in regards to the head, though, and the Dalek base part itself. There was some fiddly bits on there, but apart from that, I think it works for any. I think this is at the moment it's not a complicated build. It's quite straightforward. We've had really complicated ones with lots of wiring. This is going to have lots of wiring, but I think it's fairly straightforward. Though I think the majority of the difficult stuff is going to be with that opening section and getting stuff in there, because we haven't got to all of that yet. But thank you for your comment there. The Horror Universe, finally they are sending me a replacement issue for the head rotation motor. They got issue 13 back in stock. About damn time. Yeah, they do get a restock. They do get restocks. They're not quick, but they do always get them. And also as well, Hachette are quite good at restocking throughout. And sometimes at the end of builds, they do a massive restock for all the issues. That's something that they've done in the past. So it's worth noting. But yes, they do get reissues. So that's brilliant. Thank you for your comment. Kyle, looks great, but will be very heavy to move when it's finished. Well, it's going to move on its own, so it can't be too heavy. It is going to be heavy. That is for certain. But it can't be too heavy because this thing has got to move around freely. So, in terms of weight distribution, I don't think it's going to have too much die cast in the base, just because of weight and stuff like that. Now we know the head's got it, and obviously the middle section didn't, and it's all down to weight. I'm wondering whether the spheres are going to be die cast or plastic on the pot, and the metal section where the spheres go on are going to be die cast. It all could be plastic. We don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, it's not going to be too heavy. I hope not. Anyway, I hope not. Steve, coming along nicely, Kev. It is indeed. Thank you for your comment. Really liking the build at the moment. Hamberlin, is that right? I'm sorry if I butchered that. Kev, I really do appreciate you doing this. I was doing issue 41 and I found myself having a minor problem, wondering why the hell the nut and bolt weren't lining up. For half an hour, I was scratching my head. Then I remember when I first watched this, you had an issue lining the hole yourself. So I rewatched only to realise I was doing it the wrong end, i.e. back to front. Yeah, it's easy to get done. I've seen a lot of people actually saying when they were putting these parts on, they were getting it the wrong way around. So basically this opening here is where the so they're going to have wheels on both sides here, and wheel here and a wheel here, and then the motor housing is going to sit in this gap here, and it's going to sit in that gap there. So it looks like we're only going to get one. I think there's only one wheel that's motorized. I'm not too sure. I think they might both. I'm not too sure. But the motor does attach to this section just here. But yes, this is the front. So this is the front section. This is the left side, and that's the right. And this opening here needs to be on the left side on the front panel, and on the right side on the back, and it needs to be facing outwards on both sides. So this sort of out that way, not in. So yeah, I did see a lot of people get a mistake like that. Normally happens when you rush. You don't want to rush, because that's when the problems start. So thank you. And without your video, I should still scratch my head 2 hours later. Something you just have to laugh, like Life of Brian. Yes, you do. Look on the bright side, life. What a brilliant film. What a brilliant song. Yes, and you do. Yeah, thank you so much for your comment there. Dave YK71. Nice, Kev. We started getting the Dalek here in Australia. I have the first 6 issues with you. Have inspired me to build it on YouTube. Also, I have up to issue 50 of the build Lancaster. Won't start until issue 59 when the new propellers come in. Thank you so much from the other side of the world. It's great to hear you starting up. Yeah, more the merrier. Get on YouTube. Get doing it yourself. Builds up your confidence, and thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm going global. I'm going global. It's brilliant. Alfred, do you think that the Dalek will be taller than your build your own R2D2? Yes, massively. Now R2 is 1:2 scale, so you've got to think R2 is about 2 foot tall. So obviously he's going to be a lot smaller. And a Dalek is about 5 foot normally, so half of that, so half of R2 as well. So yes, they're gonna be in scale with one another. That's the thing as well. They'll be in scale. So if you had a life-size Dalek and a life-size R2D2, you could see the difference between the height, and the same will be for this. They'll be in perfect scale with each other. But yeah, thank you for your comment. Do they seriously have to make this that complicated? It's just the way part works are, I'm afraid. It's just it. That is just it. And we're at the end there for that. So thank you so much for your comments and your messages. Love reading them out. Love messaging. People messaging me as well. I'm absolutely loving the build at the moment. It's a great build. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and comment on this video. As always, I've got other stuff I'm going to be building, and I'm doing part work sort of update videos to show you what's coming up, what's happening. So it's all happening here. It's all happening on the Nexus. Get on it. Yeah, issue 43. There we go. Issue 43. So we get these two sections just here. We get some more skirt parts and some more brackets there, and some more of these. So these parts here will go on the parts that we've already got, and these parts go in the middle. So obviously the skirt parts that we're getting will fit. I think it's this side they go on. It could be that side. And the other two brackets that we get here, these metal brackets here, they're going to fit on here. So you get one there and one there. And we're getting both of them, so that's good. So that should give it a little bit more stability as well. But that is what's coming in issue 43. We also, this is Adventures in Time, so a Dalek spy, and more there about Davros as well. But anyway, that is it from us here at the Nexus. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you at the next video. But until then, guys, take it easy, and we'll see you later.
Tune into the channel. Nexus is the name. All the hottest content. You'll never be the same. Laughs and thrills, excitement.